Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Nordcast marathon game sent in by you, the fans, to Lifesaglitchtv at gmail.com. Mr. Maximus Black.
Yes.
Hit me up with the sound of running into Snorlax as a kid playing Pokemon on your Game Boy.
Snorlax.
Beautiful. Down here in the bottom left, we have SnorlaxSC, the StarCraft version of Snorlax. And in the top right, we've got the blue Protoss Knight. And like I said, it is a Nordcast game, which means this was sent in by one of you with a screen cap of you having picked up some of that sweet, sweet NordVPN action with hashtag promo code OTT.
Yes. And here we are, we're casting it. You can do the same.
On the Dick and Balls map.
Yes, my favorite map. If you guys do get NordVPN, make sure to send it a screenshot and a replay of your choice under 30 minutes to lifesaglitchtv at gmail.com. Our email is there, and don't worry, if you don't get Nord, that's okay. You can still send in your casts and have a chance to be casted here on the channel regardless. PvZ used to be my favorite matchup. I'm now starting to enjoy PvP a great more deal just because I'm getting better at it. But PvZ, still my favorite, I think. Just at least from a casting standpoint and a watching standpoint. I just like how these two races clash. I find it the most exciting battles that there is. And this one hopefully will be no different. We've got a, pretty standard opening here. Opted to get gas. So a lot of the times, there's like three ways that Zerg opens. It's either they're going to open up hatch first, or they're going to open up 12 pool, or they're going to open up they're going to open up with a spawning pool and a gas. Now, when they open up with a spawning pool and a gas, there's three other ways in which they could do it. So it's really super important that you try and keep your scouting probe in the vicinity, like he is right here. And you want to go up there and scout again at around the 3 minute and 30 second mark to see which tech they're going. Now, when they're getting early gas, they're doing it with purpose, hopefully, unless they're bad. So it can either mean they're going to go for fast roach. It could mean fast speed. A lot of times when they get fast speed, they're just doing it to take map control. So they're going to put a Ling here at your third. They're going to put a Ling at your fourth. They're going to put a Ling on the Zelnaga Tower. They're going to go around, scout, make sure there's no proxies or any hidden ninja bases. This is why it's so important that I've been learning is to open up with Adept. So you want to open up with 2 Adepts, just like what this guy is doing. Typically, though, you want to open up here at your natural because now you're left wide open. And then you want to move out with those 2 Adepts. Those 2 Adepts can one volley a drone, but more importantly, you can shade your way into the base to see if they're teching. And to go back to the 1 of 3, and I promise I'll let you speak here in a minute, Adam.
It's either they say, so continue.
Yeah, all right. So they're either going to get a Roach Warren, or they could be getting fast layer tech. Then when they're getting fast layer tech, it could be like, okay, they could be going for a Nidus, they could be going for fast Hydra in a Lurker, or they could be going for a fast Spire. This is why it is imperative that you go and you try and get another scout. Just like what I said at the 3 minute and 30 second mark. Here we are at 3:40. The layer is out. And there's a Roach Warren. So now you can start to prepare. Do I want to open up? Do I want to go air? And basically, the answer is almost always yes. The meta at this point in StarCraft 2, PvZ, you almost always want to open up with Stargate. Because not only are you going to be able to kill overlords that are coming around your base, and it seems like this could be a Nidus play. Because we have such fast layer, and we've got an overlord just kind of peeking down here at the bottom corner. The chances are there's going to be a Nidus, and unfortunately for Knight here, he doesn't really have a whole lot that could stop a Nidus here, Adam. If that's what he's doing.
I mean, it's entirely possible. I agree. If you're going to have an Overlord down there, it's either going to be for a Nidus or it's just kind of like a timing scout.
Yeah.
That just hasn't popped off yet. We've just now seeing a couple of Adepts in a Warp Prism. So I guess this is going to be followed up with warping some units in closer to the base to do a little bit of harassment. He's got the 4 gates now just popping off. They're morphing now. and we'll see what he can do. I mean, this is a relatively open base right now. He's not started his production of most of his army, and so he could actually get some work done here. But more importantly, if he goes into the main, he's going to be able to see,
it's gonna be massive depths.
like you were saying, what's gonna, what he's got, what he's staring down. And as I'm saying this, did he cancel that? He had had the no, he was building the building briefly for the giraffes, the bay. The robotics bay. It was there. Oh, so it is done. Oh, it finished. Instead, I thought he canceled it. So he's going that direction, but he might change his mind now that he'll see the Roachmoran popping off here.
Yeah, he's going for the Adepts. I thought it was going to be just like mass Adepts, but there it is. He's now shading through. There it is, 4 more Warp in Adepts. This is crazy strong. Now, this is Platinum level play, so obviously the timings are a little bit off, and I feel like he could have been in here a lot sooner. But nonetheless, he's doing crazy damage. He's going to be able to shade his way out. He's going to lose maybe 3 Adepts, going right back into the main, going to kill the Queen and probably every single drone in here. And then as these Roach are coming in, he's going to shade his way back down to the natural or into the third Atom.
That's really nice. I mean, it's just enough time, for the shade to come back up as an option. He did lose another one. Okay, he's going to get out with 2, and it looks like he's going to sacrifice these last 2, trying to get rid of this Queen as a last-ditch effort to get some more value out of this.
I just think
he get it? That's going to be close.
I don't think so. No, he doesn't.
Oh,
I honestly,
17 health.
I think what he was doing there is he just shaded out of the base and then he just started macroing because his minerals was getting way up there, and that's the tough thing about doing a build like this if you're not mechanically sound, is you're gonna have a hard time keeping up with your macro.
It's a lot of micro.
Oh, it's all micro, and you just gotta you just gotta learn how to it starts with hotkeys, dude. If this guy had hotkeys on his robo, he could just easily click the robo key, which I always have on 5, and then just, spam his Colossus. That way he's ready for a counterattack, which is happening right now. Beautiful force field that goes down there. 1 Colossus still in play, but Adam, this is a lot,
that's a lot of
Roach. Like a deathly amount of Roach.
I think that's game, actually.
I
feel
macro.
Like this might be... There's nothing there, It's a lack of macro for sure. I guess the only window of time that you have to macro behind Adept play to that degree when you're running Adepts on 2 different locations is when you're after you've shaded, or after you've started the shading process, meaning you've chosen where you want to go. Excuse me, and you've moved your Adepts theoretically away from an army while you're waiting for the shade to finish. That's probably the only time you have to macro. So you have to go back during your shading process, do your thing, come back, hit the button, and go.
That's if you suck. I mean, if you're good, no offense, if you're good, you can stay down here and click, 5 as a hotkey and build.
I was
unit.
talking about like building. I was talking about like continuing to like tech and stuff back home and stuff like that. Yeah. Obviously, you could hotkey like your gates and like fucking warp.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the amount of minerals he had. If he would have just like he's shading back and forth, right? He's seeing a shit ton of Roach. At that point, you're spamming Immortals, right? Like you don't even if you didn't build a single more gateway and all you did was have 6 Immortals waiting for him at the natural, this attack never works ever.
That's true.
This is plain and simple.
That's true.
So, at the very bare minimal, if you guys are in this position and you're playing with heavy micro units like the Adept, try and at least start having hotkeys for your tier 2 tech. I mean, it's super easy to have hotkeys for your gateways because you just click the W key and you can start warping in. But he didn't even continue to warp in with his warp prism. It was like he did 1 extra warp cycle, and that was the show. And he just kind of gave up on it. It would have just been nice for him to just keep building Immortals. But good on Snorlax. He did the right thing. He went and immediately countered because obviously the Adepts don't kill Roach. All you're doing there is you're going to kill drones. And if you're lucky, you can pick a Queen. And you're getting information on what you see in terms of his tech. He's got to understand, dude, he had a pocket of Roach here, pocket of Roach here, pocket of Roach here. And after he took a bunch of drone damage, you just got to expect a counterattack. So why aren't you building at least Immortals in the background and having them ready? Good on Snorlax for the counter. Solid play from Knight in the beginning, and then it just kind of it fell off, bro. It was 1 counter in death.
Yeah, it was a really good start. You could see this feels. You know what this feels like to me? This feels like a build that they picked up not long ago, and have gotten pretty good at it and getting kind of comfortable with it, but haven't quite got. Like they're at the doorstep of really nailing this build. Haven't quite got it. Snorlax, we talk so much about because we're Protoss centric on this channel. It's just kind of the way that it washes out. But I got to give it up to Snorlax, who handled that attack really well. That can be a scary thing, as you were mentioning. It only takes 2 adepts to one-shot a drone. He was dealing with like 8.
Yeah.
4 on the high ground, 4 on the low ground, and if you're up against somebody that's pretty good at managing their shading and knowing where you are so that they can get away from your units and continue to do damage, that can be a nightmare scenario, I'm sure, for any Zerg to have to deal with, especially when it comes at an even tighter timing, which it didn't here, but it might later on as Snorlax continues to theoretically climb the ladder. But good, solid counter, and didn't waste time. At this level of play, we often see that players, even when they should know that they have numbers, they get scared and they turtle, and they don't capitalize. They don't just go for it. And so good on Snorlax for recognizing that he had the numbers, and he should go and counter, and he gets rewarded with a big fat dub.
Yeah, good shit, SnorlaxSC. And if you guys want to have your game cast, you know how to do it. Send us a replay at lifesaglitchtv@gmail.com. We will see y'all on the next one.
Peace.